channel. So today we're going to do my project pan update for the month of June. I'm very, very excited. We actually have a few empties, which is always very, very thrilling. And I've hit some of my goals as well. I will be rolling in 2 new products to try to finish up in this project. So let's get into it. I'm so excited. Okay, so the item that I used the least this month is my Wet n Wild foundation. I've already spoken about this in my beauty bank, and I really had like barely anything left, but I hadn't talked about it in my project pan. I've used this 4 extra times since the last update, and it is officially done. It's been sitting in my empties now for almost a whole month because I only used it 4 more times and then I was done. So now I can officially roll it into my empties. I will be doing a mid-year empties video where I go through makeup, skincare, maybe some hair care and other bits and bobs. Just because I haven't been doing like empty videos, I want to do like a mid-year, what have I finished so far for the year, and that will be coming up in the next few weeks. But yeah, I'm very, very excited that this is done. This next item is another exciting update. This is my frosting highlighter palette from Cosmic Beauty. I've used the palette 5 times this last month. My goal is to hit pan in all 3 of these highlighter shades. Last update, I hit pan in 1 of them, and this update, I've hit pan in another one. So I'll put up on the screen what it looked like last time, but you can see I hit pan in the shade Blueberry Muffin. And now this is what it is looking like. So I don't know if you're able to see, but I do have a pan now in Golden Apple. I went into this 2 times this month and I hit pan. And then the other 3 times I've used this, I went into this middle shade, and obviously I do not have a pan yet in this one, but very, very exciting that I was able to hit pan in these 2 now. And I just have the 1 left to go. And then we potentially could roll in a different highlighting palette. So yeah. Obviously, I use these mostly in my inner corner, but sometimes I do put them on the cheeks. It just depends on what kind of look I'm going for. Okay, next up, I went into my ABH cream bronzer in the shade Amber. This one, I don't have a goal to finish, but I do have a goal to hit pan, which is like the bottom of the plastic pan. It's not like a proper pan, but I would consider it a pan. Have I done it? I have indeed. I have done it. This was in a project, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This was in a project pan for a whole year before I brought it back to this project pan this year. And I was not able to do it last time round, and I've done it now super quickly because obviously I already had a massive dent in this anyway. I went into this 10 times since the last update. I have to say I have not gone into it at all since I've hit the bottom of the pan because I was planning to roll this out. However, I've decided to keep it in because, you know, what fun would it be if I just hit pan then don't use it all summer long. This is a summer bronzer for me, and I don't really have any other summer cream bronzer shades at the moment. So I just want to keep it in for obviously another couple months. And then maybe we can expand it, see how it goes, and then I can work on one of my other cream bronzers that works better for the winter time. But yeah, this one I'm very pleased with. So my goal now with this one is just to, I guess, expand the pan, see how far I get over the course of the next few weeks, months, and then roll it out. That's all. It's not going to be a specific goal. Just use it till I can't use it anymore. Oh no, we skipped one. We skipped a very interesting one too. So a lot of you are heavily invested in this item. And I can assure you, so am I. This is my Coasting Highlighter Super Shock Highlighter Palette from ColourPop. And this one I have been trying to pan for 3 years, like to completion, right? I've already completed one of these. This was the second one. I was like, I can do it again. And yeah, last update, most of you said, keep it in, you're not done yet. And I agree, I agreed with you. So I kept it in. You can see on the screen what it looked like last time. I had a little bit left. I was like, no, I've come this far. Let's finish it, let's do it. So now we have done it. This is what it looks like. I used it 7 more times since the last update. I'm not going to be all that fiddly and go into all of these little squares. It's just not going to happen. I didn't do it to my last one. I'm not going to do it now. I've used it to completion, to my heart's desire. I cannot possibly use this anymore. I love this highlighter. And I'm really sad now that I finished 2 Super Shock highlighters from ColourPop. I do have one left, but the one that I have left it flips green. So it's going to be a little bit trickier to put on the skin. This one was just so effortless. It looked so gorgeous on the skin. It didn't look like you were wearing highlighter, but it just gave a beautiful glow, and I'm just going to miss it so much. But isn't this so amazing? I'm just so happy that I have finished this because I was getting a little tired. As much as I love it, you know, when you're working on something for so long and it's taking so long to get the progress or like just finish it up, you know, you get to that point where you're like, is this ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? But yeah, it's ended. Obviously, it is a massive empty for me now, so very excited about that one. Okay, next up, I do have this one. This is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow. Now, I was gonna call this an empty, but I do feel like there is a tiny bit of product there, and I did use this yesterday, and I was able to put it on my face. So I do think this probably has maybe 2 uses, and it's done. So I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep it in. It's just got the tiniest amount left. So I thought, well, why am I going to call it an empty if I can still use it? And I actually do really like this product. So we're going to keep it in for 1 more month, probably get it done this week, and then I'll just have it sitting around for 3 extra weeks, but that's absolutely fine. This one I have used 10 times since my last update. So not a huge amount, honestly. If I had used it just a few more times, I think it would have been another empty. I'll tell you what, this is like, we get mid-year, and suddenly this project makes a lot of sense because I'm finishing stuff and I am very happy. So this one almost done, but not quite. I'm going to keep it in for 1 more month and just get the last bit I can from it. Okay, then we have my Glowish from Huda Beauty. This one is just about finishing and obviously expanding the pan. So you can see from the last update what the pan looked like. Obviously still had quite a big pan in it. I went into this 11 times since my last update. I can't tell yet because I haven't actually looked at the before picture if it has expanded. I'm assuming it has. I'm hoping it has. And obviously I just want to finish this. So I'm not in any rush. It would be nice to finish it before the end of the summer though, because it is more of a summer powder for me. But it's just not my favorite at the moment. So it is what it is. But this one is looking like this. I'm very satisfied with it, and I'm pretty sure that I will get it done. I just need to use it a little bit more. I am also working on the Mitchell Eyelights palette, and this is probably taking up a little bit of my time when I'm using a powder. So if I'm not using this, I'm most likely using the Glowish. This one I went into 12 times since my last update. I have been going into all of the shades again, but the shade that I'm tracking is this one because this is the one that I'm trying to hit pan on. But again, like just today I went into these 2 shades and this one. I'm just not counting these anymore, but maybe eventually I can. Anyway, this one I have specifically gone into 12 times since the last update. This is the item that I used the most last month, so I have slowed down because obviously 12 times from, I think it was like 20 something times, has dipped down, but it's because I have the Glowish, and also I have not been wearing as much powder as normal. I have not been wearing that much makeup all the time. I have been outside a little bit more and just wearing much lighter bases on my face. Obviously not today, but other times. So this one definitely slowed down since the last update, but I do think that I could probably still try to hit pan in that shade. I can see the ridges underneath, so I'm sure I'm not that far away. I just don't know how deep they are. Okay, another one that I've used 12 times is this one. This is the Maybelline 24 Hours Skin Tint. And I mean, I have a little bit of windowing, but I'm not entirely sure where I am. It's always a harder item for me to track when they're in these bottles, but maybe I'm about there. I don't really quite know because obviously it's been laying on the side and it's been trying to settle for the last few minutes, but I don't know where it is exactly. But yeah, I've used this 12 times this last month. This is still a little too dark for me. And I think the thing is, it's a little too orange. I wouldn't even say it's too dark. It just, the tint itself, like I don't have an orange undertone or, you know, like an undertone that would work with this. So I do still like to mix this with other foundations that are a little too light. And the one that I pulled in my Shop My Stash is the Burrito foundation. And that one's a little thick and I just don't think they mix very well together. So I was using the Glamshop light coverage foundation with this and it was working so much better last month. So I actually will be rolling that one in today. I was gonna wait, but I am rolling this one in to work in conjunction with this and track this one. And I honestly don't mind. I think these two together create the perfect sort of foundation for me, at least for the summer. And I've been really missing this one the last few weeks since I changed my Shop My Stash. So I'm rolling it back in to finish alongside the Maybelline. Let's see which one I finish first. But yeah, these will start working in conjunction with each other and I'll probably end up using this one more now that I have this one, which is very, very, very pale, but light coverage. So it basically just lightens this one. And they're both very, very liquidy, sort of serum-y based foundations. So I really like how they mix well together. So anyway, this one is a new roll in as I keep trying to finish this. So a little bit of I'm jumping the gun there, but that one is rolling in to finish with the Maybelline, unless I finish the Maybelline and maybe I'll roll out the Glamshop, who knows. Okay, next up we've got the blush that I'm working on, which is from Colourpop. This is the Fresh and Peachy. This one I have used 15 times since the last update. And as you know, I've been struggling to hit pan on. I just want to hit pan on this. This is not even to finish. And for the last 2 months now, I have felt very, very close to hitting pan in this blush. I'll put up on the screen kind of how it looked. If you've been following me, you can see the rings underneath. And it's just been one of these products that is really taunting me and, you know, leaving me feeling quite bitter because I love this blush. I love using it. I think it's a really nice matte peach blush. And those are the types of blushes that I really, really enjoy. But it's taunting me. It's taunting me. And this is what it looks like. And I still have not hit pan. I still have not hit pan. It is driving me nuts. You can see the ridges still. I mean, it doesn't even look like I've gone into it since the last update. I have. I've gone into it 15 times. And it is what it is. That's just where we are. There's nothing I can do but keep using it. I don't have any words for this blush. I really don't at this point. That's just where we are. That's where we are. So yeah. Okay, so this next one is another empty. So I've gone into my Wet n Wild concealer 16 times since the last update. And just a few days ago, I was like, you know what? I took the stopper out of this months and months ago, and it just kept going. It kept going and going and going and going. It was like the concealer that never ended, but it's just become so dry. You can see the wand. I've been scraping out as much as possible. It is not a concealer now that I can use because whatever little product is still left in there, it's just so dry. It's all dry now. It's not super liquidy like it used to be. It is completely done. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but it is completely done. I've got into it, yeah, like I said, 16 more times since the last update. If you watch my little shorts that I do, usually I was always using this one. I've been using it. It's now officially done, so I'm very, very pleased. Okay, last item that I've been working on in my project pan is my Ofra bronzer. This is the Americano bronzer. This one I've gone into 17 times. This one is another one where I want to hit pan on it, and I really do feel like there's a little bit, you know, you can kind of see the rings, but I do think I'm probably quite far away from hitting pan, but it is quite a summer bronze for me. So this is the perfect time to use it and try to get as much use out of it as possible because I've had it in my collection for a while. It's not something that I picked out for myself. I got it in a beauty box. I don't know if you could see the rings there. They're so prominent to me, but you can see like 2 rings. You can see this ring and then the middle ring, hopefully. So I've always thought, you know what, I'm so close to this, but I don't know if I actually am. So we'll just keep using it. I have it on today and it's still quite too much of a bronzer for me, honestly, but if I'm gonna be bronzy, it's perfect. Okay, so I was obviously rolling in 2 new items today. I've already told you I'm rolling in the Glamshop Light Coverage Foundation, and I'm gonna be rolling in my EBH Magic Touch Concealer because this one I pulled for my Shop My Stash this month. And I have been using it since I finished the Wet n Wild. And it is an item that I don't particularly like. And I do think the summer is the best time for me to try to project pan this because I can kind of get away with wearing it where my skin isn't as dry as opposed to the winter time where this one, honestly, I look 100 years old when I use it. So this is really the only time that I can actually use this concealer. I don't know how much is left. I don't weigh my items. I should be a proper project panner and get a scale and weigh everything, but I just don't. So I'm eyeballing it. The stopper is still in here, so I imagine there is quite a lot of product. But I think for this concealer, I might not take the stopper out. I'm just gonna put it out there because I don't love it. I liked the Wet n Wild concealer, so I took the stopper out because I wanted to like use it as much as possible. I personally don't like this concealer. I know a lot of people who don't like it as well. And like I said, summer's the only time that I can get away with it. So I'm gonna try to finish it before the end of the summer. I don't see myself taking the stopper out. I'm just gonna put a warning out there in case I suddenly say, oh, this is empty, I can't get any more out, and then I don't take the stopper out and you will yell at me. I'm not gonna do it for this item. I'm just gonna use it as much as I can, and then it's either finished or potentially a declutter at the point that it stops looking decent. Anyway, this one obviously to finish. All right, that is my update for my project pan for this last month. Hope you enjoyed. I didn't want to roll in too many new items this month. I wanted to just keep concentrating on the items that I'm working on. So even though I have quite a lot of empties this month, I only have 2 items that are joining the project. This one definitely will be done by next time. So maybe I will roll in another primer at that point too, so we can like keep it interesting and keep swapping things out. But for now, I'm quite happy just to have the 2 new items rolled in. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.